How did you meet your roommate that you currently live with, as well as also all the other people you've worked with in the past, specifically Pokemon? Because I've seen on your channel, I've seen PulseFX, Kizaron, a bunch of other people, or like on similar channels at least. How did that get across? Like, how did all of you guys meet? Was it like a Discord or something, or what was the story behind that?
Honestly, dude, I just know so many fucking people. Like from all across like so many different boards. You will probably see me in some other person's chat that you wouldn't expect me to
I
see
saw
me
you
in, you know?
Mango's chat and that popped off. I
Yeah,
was
yo,
like, that's
fucking
my
Mango,
guy.
Mango. I love Mango.
I
He's
love
the goat.
Mango.
But
Yeah.
dude, I watch everyone. I hang out in so many different communities, and I think that goes hand in hand with like what I've been doing throughout the many years of content creation. I
Mm-hmm.
play a lot of games. I've speedran different games. I've played a lot of Smash in the past, as well as other games. Just period. I play lots of Pokemon. It's like my main thing because that's just how I kind of grew. And there's so much you could do in Pokemon. I love Pokemon. It's like one of the best franchises ever, in my opinion. But yeah, I met Josh actually back around almost 8 years ago at this point, 2013. I met him,
Wow.
and the way that I met him actually was through some other dude. I don't really want to talk about him. He actually got canceled. It was in a great
Oh.
person period. But
Okay.
the way that we all basically met, it was like five of us, including that person that got canceled, and we all met because we love Pokemon and sports. I love sports, like American sports, like basketball, baseball, football, that kind of stuff. But um, I'm a huge basketball and baseball person. Those are my two favorite sports. And
Interesting.
Josh, who I'm rooming with, the 4thGenGamer, he's a huge baseball fan. So he basically, we all kind of just vibe together based off of Pokemon and sports. And we were just like, okay, well, let's fuck around, let's talk, let's hang out. Like back in the day, this is before Discord was the thing. We had Skype. We talked on Skype all the time. And
Yeah.
it's crazy to say back in the day because that doesn't feel that long ago, but it really was. And yeah, we just talked on Skype. We shot the shit, and then at one point, me and Josh, we decided to do a YouTube series together. And back then, I had like 6,000 subs, and he had like 100. And a lot of people would be like, "Oh wow, like why are you doing a series with him? Who is he?" I'm just like, "He's my friend." Like, I don't do content with people because I think, oh, they have numbers, I want to get viewers or whatever. Obviously it'd be nice to get my community out there to other communities
It's
and
part of
get
it.
seen by other
Yeah.
people. But me and Josh, we I vibe with him really well. We did a lot of things together, and like I'm just like, let's do a series, like whatever. And like we had a lot of fun. It did really well. And his YouTube started to grow a lot more over time. I saw the potential in him. Like I thought this guy was really fun. He's really cool. He's really talented. He has a lot of, he's really knowledgeable. Like he knows his shit, and he's really good, and he's really cool. And like a lot of my friends, by the way, like they weren't huge on YouTube. They were pretty small back then, actually. And then I saw that potential, and I'm like, listen, man, like if I can have this growth, you could definitely have this growth. So we just did stuff together, and they all honestly really inspired and motivated me to like do different things and like have a lot of fun like with these different challenges. And despite me being bigger than them, it didn't really matter because they grew with me, and now we're all together, through the roof, man. Like we're all killing it. So it's been nice, and that's basically how we met and how we've grown to like be closer and closer and closer. We later on figured out that we're both from New York, but we actually met in Boston for PAX East, and
Okay.
in fucking Long Beach before we met in New York. Like we met in like two different states before we met in New York because we just never met up in New York. We just saw each other at conventions, and we're just like, oh, what the fuck? Why are we not like hanging out in person? Like you live an hour away from me. Let's just meet up in the middle and let's just hang out. And like then we just started doing more like IRL stuff together. Like I just went over to his house. We did like a co-op series together in person, and we're like, dude, this is so much fucking fun. Holy shit! Like it's so fucking awesome. We lived so like close together, and like overall, we like roomed at conventions, and this and that. And then at one point, we're like, why don't we just like fucking move out? Like, his big thing was he didn't have good internet, and the location that he lived in was a monopoly where they had a really bad internet provider. Like it would crash like every like stream he did. It was just bad. It was not sustainable. And I moved out because my family is not in the best financial situation, as I mentioned before, and they will eventually need to like we sold our house a few years ago, and they live in like in a townhouse, and they need to eventually get their own place for just them two. So I'm just like, I might as well find my own place to push them to find their own place, because paying for this big townhouse with the money that we got from selling our house it's not smart. It's just that money is gonna end up going nowhere, and they're not gonna have any money to live off of. So I'm like, I should move out, and I should do my own thing and be completely independent, and let them, figure out what they're gonna do with, their living situation next. So me and Josh moved out a few months ago, and yeah, it's been awesome. It's been really different and really crazy, and definitely like stressful here and there, but um we were able to both do our thing, and we're able to both succeed, and we're able to do a lot of just different collabs together. And it's really cool because sometimes like he'll like come to my room and be like, "Oh, can I borrow this game? Oh, can I borrow this controller? Can I borrow this, like, can I borrow your Switch for a second?" Like these things that, like, you would only be able to do if you lived with another content creator that like
Pretty
does like similar
much.
content to you. And like we're able to like kind of, you know I guess like eat off each other in that way. Like, we can just borrow things. We can, like, if we want like tech help, like we can like hit each other up, be like, "Yo, can you help me out with my camera? Like, can you help me out with my computer? Like, can you look this over for me real quick?" Like, it's really cool to like live with someone that's like also a content creator, because these are things that you wouldn't be able to do with like living, with mostly anyone else.